What it do, guys? Manjoume here, and today we're taking a look at the Kickstarter exclusive version of DC deck building game Justice League Dark. Now, this version I do think includes an extra added bit or expansion that was included in a stretch goal for the Kickstarter. Now, first of all, let's take off the plastic because it's a lot harder to see. Now, as always, it is always cool for them to have Kickstarter exclusive boxes, but this is all going to go into the multiverse box anyway, so we're not going to always get to enjoy all this stuff. Now, I did have a choice when I did pick this. I did have a choice during the Kickstarter on which box I wanted. I picked this exclusive one because I thought it looked a lot cooler. One thing that this box and some of the other Kickstarter exclusive ones can be is, a box for comic books, and that is what I've used for a lot of the Dawn of DC comic books that I have, the single issues. They go into the box and they fit pretty well, and I do enjoy that. This one is pretty basic. You have your characters, one side versus one side, pretty neat. And then this is kind of hard to read, but it says DC deck building game Justice League Dark. Hard to read, but no, wait, that one's a little easier to read because you're really up close. Same deal. Same deal. Now, one thing I think is a little different from the Injustice set that we had last time is that the Injustice set had like a piece of paper that had all this information, and it was either a blank or very simple back. This one, they just stuck this information right onto the back, which, you know what? That works for me. Here is the DC deck building game Justice League Dark Kickstarter edition. We see a preview of some of the characters, but we'll wait to get into those. This is a standalone game, but compatible with other games in the DC deck building game series. 2 to 5 players, ages 15 plus. Are you ready to go dark? This entry in the DC deck building game series puts you in the supernatural shoes of the DC team that steps in when challenges arise that are too mystical for regular superheroes. Become a member of the Justice League Dark as you seal the threats of magical supervillains and transform your cards into more powerful forms. Based on Justice League Dark comics with original cover art by Ryan Benjamin, play as Justice League Dark members like Wonder Woman, John Constantine, Zatanna, and Dr. Fate. Transform cards have the ability to change into other cards. Seal your cards away to add to your score at the end of the game. New weakness cards have a built-in way to get rid of them, if you're willing to pay the cost. Contents. Contents include 215 standard cards, 8 oversized character cards, Multiverse Divider, a rulebook, first printing, Jason Blood and Etrigan promo cards, and then 4 sealed tokens, which I think are either metallic or like actually metal due to stretch goals. Now, for Kickstarter exclusives, we also get 48 Kickstarter cards with a foil added to all character cards, 6 Kickstarter cards for the Justice League Dark expansion, which we'll get into in a bit, 2 Kickstarter oversized character cards, 1 additional seal token, 2 Kickstarter oversized cards for the Justice League Dark expansion, foil added to all seal tokens, thicker tokens, foil treatment on the cover, which we've already seen, 5-player mode, and cover art. As for the DC deck building game, Justice League Dark expansion includes 53 standard cards, 6 oversized character cards, and an additional rulebook. So we have plenty of content in this. So if you want to get into this game quick and buying one thing, this is a very viable option. It does seem that the expansion is a tiny booklet. Not too bad. It probably doesn't add too much in terms of new mechanics, but I think it does add the ability to play as the bad guys. That's my assumption. I'm not entirely sure. I love the fact that these are kind of the shape of a comic book, although I think the size is a little bit off. So you have different stacks, but instead of a kick for your superpower kick that you can buy something that anyone can buy and they're fairly cheap, you have a mystic ritual, which fits that role and is specifically not any other color. So cards that specify them, it doesn't really help. Here are the special tokens, which I'm super excited to see. I was kind of hoping they'd be metal instead of just foil, but what can you do? And they're actually pretty cool. Different kinds. You have the Ankh of Dr. Fate, sealed, I guess, and then unsealed. I don't even know what the rest of these are. Oh, this one is just double-sided. That might be the extra one. I don't know what these are. If you guys know what these symbols pertain to, let me know. And then their other side is, I'm assuming, sealed. So that's pretty cool. Justice League Dark, the divider card. So I wonder if they specify, and there's the randomizer and Justice League Dark. I wonder if they even differentiate the Justice League Dark expansion cards. So I'm interested in seeing that. So here's the oversized character cards, which I guess is a good way to start this thing. First up, we have Deadman, Superhero. Each time you play a card that you don't own, +1 power. Discard a card with a cost of 1 or greater, play the top card of a foe's deck, return it at the end of the turn. Now, the cool thing is that, well, you get +1 power no matter what. So even if the top card of their deck is a punch, it's at least a +2 power. Not too bad. Madame Xanadu, that's an interesting one. Once during each of your turns, reveal the top card of your deck. If it shares a non-starter card type with a card that you played this turn, draw it. Otherwise, you may discard it. John Constantine. First time you play a non-starter card each turn, you may seal it. If you do, draw a card. Zatanna. First time you play a hero each turn, +1 power. The first time you play a super power each turn, you may put a card from your discard pile to the bottom of your deck. Detective Chimp. First time you play an equipment each turn, +1 power, and you may put a card you gain from the lineup this turn on top of your deck. Ragman. Each time you seal a villain, +1 power. Once per turn, seal a card in the lineup with a cost less than the cost of a hero or equipment that you played this turn. Wonder Woman, who I think might be, yeah, she's like the center lead of the basic normal artwork. Each time you seal an equipment, +1 power. Each time you seal an equipment, +1 power. Once per turn, seal a card from the lineup with a cost less than the cost of a villain or superpower you played this turn. Dr. Fate, another one. First time you seal a card each turn, draw a card. Man-Bat. First time you play a villain each turn, +1 power. The first time you play an equipment each turn, you may discard a card, and if you do, draw a card. Swamp Thing. Discard a non-weakness card, Surge, which I believe just means add one more from the main deck into the lineup. Once per turn, if you control 2+ locations, draw a card. Witch Marked Circe. Each time you seal a superpower, +1 power. Once per turn, seal a card from the lineup with a cost less than the cost of a hero or a villain you played this turn. Enchantress. Each time you seal a hero, +1 power. Once per turn, seal a card from the lineup with a cost less than the cost of a superpower or equipment you played this turn. Oh, okay. So something I overlooked is that our main cards are these heroes, right? From Justice League Dark, including the Kickstarter exclusives, Darkman and Madame Xanadu, right? Now, the aforementioned Circe is from the expansion because there's an X at the bottom. So that also includes Enchantress and Floronic Man. Each time you play a superpower with a cost of 4 or greater, you may choose a foe and attack. Take control of the location that foe controls until the end of this turn. Seal a location you control, draw a card. So you can take away their location. So that directly fights Swamp Thing. So I'm sure that's on purpose. Papa Midnight. Pay 1 less to buy cards in the lineup that share a card type with a sealed card. Not one of your sealed cards, but any sealed card. Solomon Grundy, discard a card. Put a hero or villain with a cost of 5 or less from your discard pile to the bottom of your deck. Clarion, first time you play a villain each turn, look at the top card of your deck, destroy it or return it. Black Adam, discard any number of cards with a combined cost of 4+. Play the top card of the main deck, then seal it. This is a Kickstarter exclusive card, as well as Felix Faust. At the end of each of your turns, draw an extra card for each equipment you gained during that turn. Really cool stuff. Now let's take a look at this stack because it's got basic cards and let's get them out of the way. Now the cool thing about the newer starter cards is that they tell you how many of each that there are in the deck. Now in one of the original sets you would get 7 punches, which is just 1 basic power. Now this one says you get 6, which means there's something else at play here. So you also have your vulnerability, and there's 2 of them. Your deck starts with 10 cards, so 6, 7, 8. So there's 2 sealed defense. So there is, wait, 1 of them? Okay, that makes sense. Sealed defense. Transform. You may pay 3 power. If you do, seal this card and gain a defend into your hand. And the last card, another one-off, is Incantation. +1 power. Transform. You may destroy 4 sealed cards. If you do, seal this card and gain a Mystic Ritual from its stack into your hand. And then you have the Transform card, Defend. Really cool. Have a Mystic Ritual, which I believe is the kick of this set. +2 power. You may Surge. You can choose not to, though. Weakness, discard 2 cards, return this to the stack. So there is a way to get rid of these pretty easily, rather. May not be cheap necessarily, but it's pretty easy. Ancient Tomes. Now, this blue section includes an extra thing about the card that you are probably needing to be aware of when playing them. After you discard or seal this card in any zone, you may Surge +1 power. So by itself isn't too crazy, but when you do the other stuff, it is pretty cool. Houdini Key. Ace of Winchesters. 8-dimensional map. It's a transform card. Books of Magic, transformed. Draw 2, very strong. Sword of Night. Detective Chimp's got that one. Man-Bat Serum. After you discard or seal this card in any zone, you may destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. Moonblade, New Moon. Moonblade, Full Moon. Suit of Souls. Staff of Merlin. Heart of Darkness. Eclipso, Possessed, transformed. Very strong. Scarab Necklace, which transforms into Black Adam Corrupted. 8, that's strong. Dreamstone, 2 of them. Helmet of Fate. Nightmare Nurse, a couple of them. Tracy 13, okay. Billy Batson, Chosen, okay. Shazam, Champion of Magic. Now the cool thing about this is what I heard from a friend. Transform, you may discard a superpower. If you do, seal this card and gain the Shazam, or you just get +1 power. But this transformed card will revert. If there are no superpowers in your discard pile, steal this card and gain Billy Batson instead. So he'll just turn back into him. 2 of them, because there's 2 Billies. So you may not even get to really benefit from him for very long. Let's take a look at... I'm going to say this stack. Hopefully this isn't the wrong one. Black Alice. It's a cool card. Dr. Kurt Langstrom. And he obviously turns into the Man-Bat, Mutated Scientist. Witch-Marked Black Orchid. Mary Blumfield, who turns into Mary Marvel. Mary Marvel Corrupted. Didn't even know that was a thing. That's kind of cool, actually. Khalid Nassour. Ooh, Dead Man. Detective Chimp. Only one of them? Is that right? Huh. I guess there is only one Detective Chimp, but I guess there would be only one Detective Chimp. Madame Xanadu. Ragman Redeemer. Ragman Soul Powered. Hellblazer. Zatanna Zatara. Kent Nelson. Wonder Woman. Forgot she was here. Wonder Woman. Witch Marked Wonder Woman. Ooh, powerful version. Leather Wings. Sealing Spell. Whatever Divination backwards is, because that's how her spells work. Possession. Disappear backwards. I'm going to try to read that. Word of Power, which is really cool. If you destroy, discard, or seal this card from any location, draw a card. Witchmark of Hikat. Channel the Green. Polymorph. Ankh Portal. Soul Siphon. Magical Shield. Sigil of Fate. Chains of Fate. Fusili. After you seal this card in any location, after you seal this card from any zone, you may pass a card from your discard pile or score pile to a foe's discard pile. Witch-marked Witchfire. Tikal. Witch-marked Manitou Dawn. Nick Necro. Felix Faust Power Hungry. Felix Faust Unbound. It's a really powerful version of him. Papa Midnight. Solomon Grundy. Cersei, Witch of Somewhere. Not really sure what that says. Then Witch-marked Cersei. Clarion. Enchantress. Ozamor. June Moon, Freelancer, who turns into her. So that's how that works. Floronic Man, Woodrow, who turns into the new avatar of the Green. Arion Sorcerer, Arion Risen. Nurgle, House of Mystery, Oblivion Bar. Myra, Hall of Justice Archives. Hall of Secrets. Did we not go across that? That's House of Mystery. Okay. Different, I guess. Tower of Fate. Tabar. I don't know what that is. Tree of Wonder. Hecat. Brother Knight. Dr. Destiny. Other Kind. Morgane Le Fay. Merlin. Mordrew. Neron. Ooh, Neron. That's a cool one. Lord Sanitus. And the Upside Down Man. Super crazy super villains here that I can't wait to see more of and play games with and against. Now we're going to take a look at the last set of cards here. Okay, for this stack we have the randomizer card. So that's really cool that we'll set that aside, as well as this divider. We also have the divider. We have Jason Blood Soulbound promo card. Etrigan Soulbound. So these kind of go together. One, I think, transforms. Yeah, transform, seal this card, and gain him. And they probably go back and forth. So, oh, and his even has like the rhyme. Your nemesis I may slay, and no power you will pay. If you choose to make this deal, gone this demon you must seal. So you can beat a nemesis by paying nothing, but he transforms back into this guy. Which, not gonna lie, not that bad of a drawback. Enchantress. She just has a reward. for beating her. That's okay. Anton Arcane. These all have rewards, so this must be a specific way to play. Yeah, because they have levels on them as well. So there must be some special game type to this. Queen of Fables. The Lords of Order. Xanadoth, Lord of Chaos. Interesting. And we have a Kickstarter exclusive 5th character. Punches, Vulnerability, which I think is different artwork. Sealed Defense, no, that's the same. Defend, Incantation. Okay. Extra weaknesses, just in case you need more. And some more Mystic Rituals. I think because they added more characters, so they wanted to make sure you had enough, I suppose. Then you have your Skeleton Key, Boots of Delphi, Breastplate of Hoku, Cloak of Syra, Gauntlet of Mirath, Zak Zatara, Raven Rachel, who transforms into Dark Raven, Shade, the Changing Man, Dr. Mist, The Demons 3, Ember, Jinx, that's a cool one, Mr. E, Tanarak, Magical Portal, Eldritch Magic, Rip Asunder, Limbo Town, Zatanna Zatara, who's a superhero that we'd be fighting against, like a super villain, John Constantine, Manbat, Clarion, Tickle, oh no, it's a cat, Giovanni Zatara, well that's cool, I haven't seen him really, Avatar of the Red, that's cool, Detective Chimp, Nightmaster, Ragman, Avatar of the Green, the Blue Devil, Nightshade, Avatar of the Rot, Spectre. Then we have the Cursed Weaknesses, which have, let's see. Then we have the Cursed Weaknesses as part of the expansion. Disenchanted, Haunted, Traumatized, Lose Control, Possessed, Witch Marked, Bewitched, Silenced, Chaos Magic, Dark Ritual, Lost, Ominous Prophecy, Betrayed. Alright, so this is Curse Dispel backwards. It replaces a punch when playing with curses, so that's actually kind of neat. Ruby of Life, Dr. Occult, Rose Psychic, Blackbriar Thorn Druid, Blackbriar Thorn Elemental, Born on a Monday, Aya, Nemesis Reward Cards, so they're a special card type. I guess you get a random one and different things can happen with them. Ooh, the Wizard, Phantom Stranger, Dead Man, Wonder Woman, Dr. Fate. Yeah, that would be level 4. And then another Curse Dispel. Huh, wonder why that's at the bottom. That might have been me moving stuff around. There was a whole bunch in this set, and as there should be, because this one adds so many mechanics and really does change things up in a way that some of the other ones I don't think necessarily have in a good minute. So I'm really excited to try this one out, as I always am when it comes to these DC deck building games. I've got plenty to sleeve with this, and I can't wait to try out the new sealing and transforming mechanics. Well guys, that's it for the DC deck building game Justice League Dark Kickstarter edition, which includes the normal base set as well as some Kickstarter exclusive cards and the Justice League Dark expansion. Additionally, I also got the DC deck building game Justice League Dark Playmat Kickstarter exclusive version, and I don't really remember what the artwork is. Maybe it's the same artwork that's on my Kickstarter exclusive box. So we're about to find out. And I think it actually is. Although instead of being like a black background, you have a blue background with some light accents, which I think actually makes it a bit more dynamic. The other one's cool because it's dark, cause it's mystical and ominous and scary. This one I think is pops a little more with the light and is probably a little more fun to play on. It's just your basic playmat. You have your main deck zone over here, 5 spots, as well as your I already forget what the kick substitution is, the weaknesses, and then the supervillains or superheroes, depending on which way you're playing. So pretty basic, but it really does get the job done, and I think it looks great. If you want to stay up to date on my videos and live streams on both YouTube and Twitch, check out links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe, and consider joining. That's all for now, guys. Manjoume out.